Alright guys, HyDra again today. Hope you're doing well and enjoying your day so far. Huge drama going down last night in the CDL. Scrappy and Dashy going at Miami Heretics over apparently refusing to scrim the Falcons following their good result at Major 1 in Madrid. But the drama continues elsewhere. Scrappy's team, the Los Angeles Thieves, under fire after all of the discussion around HyDra's stairglitching back in Madrid. Ghosty apparently has come out and said that the other teams in the gentleman's agreement chat did not vote, did not decide what the punishment would be, and therefore Thieves are simply ignoring it. What do the other pro teams think about this? Kenny, Pred and others do not seem especially happy. Very much interested to your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. I would greatly appreciate it. We shall begin here with Priestahh. Thought this is kind of sick actually. This is of course his new crib I guess, and he's moved over there to the facility where the Falcons are working out of, and you know, this is of course the American Airlines Center just around the corner from where the OpTic headquarters used to be. Okay, Envoy headquarters it was back in the day. I think there were rumours that this was meant to be the World Championship venue last year, but they couldn't do it there because of some refurbishments, so they did it at the Credit Union of Texas Center up in Allen instead, and that was also a spectacular venue, and we're going back there for Major 2 in Dallas, not that far from today. This was the SMG pyramid the boys at Breaking White put together. What do you guys think about this in terms of just ranking really the top 10 SMGs in the game? And you know, aBeZy basically on the bottom rung feels, you know, if Simp is number 1, aBeZy being 4th rung feels a little bit unfair. But still, is it justifiable? I think so. You know, Shotzzy and Gwinn right up there as well. TJ in the mix. It's interesting, isn't it, between Gwinn and TJ? Because, you know, one might even argue you could swap them. But, yeah, don't know what you guys think about that. Hook drops down a tier as well, makes sense. CleanX, Envoy, I think are pretty well set. And HyDra's now on the list as well. Snoopy's still in the mix, I think, absolutely. But, yeah, lots of good players in this league. This is how we have it set up from the ARs as well. Cellium is now up to the top. Could have been Scrap, but Cellium won the event, so I guess you go for that. Cellium, Scrap, Dashy. You know, to me, that's the trifecta, realistically, in terms of the best ARs in the game. Drazah is not far behind. Geo had a good major. You know, would I put him up here? Maybe not. I might put him down a rung, but then you got to put somebody else up a rung. And, you know, Lucky and Raincore making their appearance. Beans went down. You know, Ghosty's here as well. I might swap Beans and Geo. I think that if you play enough tournaments, you'll see that Beans is better, but we'll see. The first big drama, though, of last night, really, discussing Raincore, Lucky, and those Miami guys, was between Scrap and Dashy. So Scrap had the stream on again, and I will say Scrap's POV is probably my favourite to watch on LAN. I think there's no SMG that I enjoy, or no AR that I enjoy watching more. From an SMG side, you got Shotzzy, you know, HyDra, these players. But from an AR side, I mean, Dashy's POV is phenomenal as well. But I don't know, man. Scrap just, honestly, his aim hits different sometimes, as does Dashy's. But yeah, these two at times feel like 1A, 1B. Cellium also, like, let's not forget, he shoots unbelievably straight, but he plays in a slightly different way. And Scrappy's so aggressive, and he still hits some pretty disgusting shots. But, you know, Dashy has kind of been considered the gold standard for some time on that one. The big drama these guys were getting into, though, was around Miami Heretics. So you guys probably remember during the major, there was lots of talk about Falcons not getting any scrims. They keep changing their roster, they keep blowing it up, there's problems all the time. So there's a feeling from some of the pro teams they don't want to scrim them anymore, like they're not getting good practice in. That issue has seemingly been resolved to some degree, but apparently the Miami Heretics have not been scrimming since the major, I guess would be the implication here, the Falcons, as a result of this. So, you know, basically this is what Scrap and Dashy have to say. No offense, but Miami were terrible last year and no one was dodging them. So, pretty funny to think about this idea of Miami having a good result of the major and deciding, look, we're really good now, we're not going to bother scrimming these, you know, the worst team in the league, we're not going to improve and all this type of stuff. Now, look, if you run that Madrid tournament 100 times, how many times do Miami get top 3? You know, not 100% of the time. They executed when it mattered. Does it make them a top 3 team in the game? Not in my opinion, but you know, they had an excellent weekend. It was always maybe going to be a thing with Heretics, Spanish COD, the way that it happens, that there's obviously some inconsistency, but there's also going to be some upsides. They played OpTic in the first rounds. They beat them, obviously, pretty impressively, but there was an OpTic that were not looking good that weekend at all for whatever reason. Then they continued on their run. They got beat by the Los Angeles Thieves, went down to losers, played Rocker, beat them game 5, round 11, and then beat Ravens, which was a pretty impressive victory, and then got smoked again by Thieves. So, you know, good run for sure, a good enough run to justify having an ego, as these guys describe, maybe not, but certainly some players don't feel the same way.
Miami's got an ego now, bro. They got an ego. Yeah, they got an ego. Their coach was traveling, so they needed someone to book scrims, so Lucky started booking scrims, right? And Troy wanted to scrim, and we couldn't if Lucky was in the scrim call. So Troy's like, bro, I'll book your guys' scrims, okay? And he goes, all right, bet, just don't book us Falcons. I'm like, dog. Yeah, Lucky said that. I'm like, dog, y'all got third, but y'all are fucking ass.
Yeah, you can't be saying
like, bro, I'm scrimming Falcons, bro.
Yeah, if I'm scrimming Falcons, you're scrimming Falcons.
Yeah, like, if I'm scrimming Falcons, you're scrimming them. I don't give a fuck.
Damn, that's crazy.
I don't give a fuck. The shitty teams are not scrimming them.
Yeah, that is insane ego.
Like, bro, you guys are ass.
No offense, but they were like horrible last year when they first came in, and like it's not like nobody was dodging them. You know what I mean? Like
that's what I mean. Like I had to play you once in a day. And trust me, I'm not trying to play you guys.
So Method Sick, the coach of the team, comes out and says this: I have allowed myself the luxury of counting how many times LAT, Texas, and us have played against Falcons in training, because I believe that they keep like a big spreadsheet of all of this stuff. So this I thought was pretty funny, right? Because he brings out the receipts. So Methods, of course, the claim was there from Scrap and Dashy that, wow, like, you know, they don't want to scrim Falcons, they've got an ego and all this. And he says, no, Thieves have played Falcons 3 times with warm-ups and scrims. Miami, we've played them 9 times with 1 on LAN. And Texas have played them 5 times. They are probably laughing, but it really pisses me off that people are now throwing stuff at us for something stupid. We don't care about playing the Falcons, which most teams do. So, like, you know, basically, I mean, obviously the translation, it might not sound so, you know, let's say positive, but pretty much he's saying, yeah, we don't mind, we'll play the Falcons, no issues with that at all. So I thought this is pretty interesting. And sure, maybe it's true that since the major, Miami haven't been playing them in the scrims. That may be true, but also it's only been a week or so, really, only a few days since scrims have got back underway. So Lucy says, coach of the team, in addition to Clay, I don't know if something has been said since Madrid, but you've always been good to us with scrims. I certainly haven't had the impression that you'd be refusing them against us. If you chalk tomorrow's scrim, however, we are going to have an issue. And Clay says, Miami have always been good scrimming us. I think maybe Lucky was saying not to play us for a bit because they played us so much and it got misunderstood. So that's maybe where this is coming from. That Lucky was saying that, you know, we've been playing, I mean, as he said, we've been playing them 9 times compared to some other teams out there. So maybe there's a feeling that they want to calm it down, scrimming Falcons for a bit. Maybe that got misinterpreted. Who knows? It's pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. But staying on the Thieves bandwagon train here, we've got to talk about the Stairglitching drama, right? So back at the major, it's in the thumbnail, HyDra Stairglitch, that spot. Even Preb was mentioning in the game chat that people are calling this, you know, the Paco spot or Paco or whatever, because, you know, laying down, okay, he's not actually fully laying down here, but he does go on to lay down in this very spot against Miami. And of course, eventually, they got the victory in this map and they won the series. Pretty critical moment. Dashy got a day of scrim bans for OpTic from what was basically an X-ray view. And, okay, some pros looked at Dashy's POV that then emerged and said that was worse. Whatever, right? We've seen Sib, we've seen OpTic get some scrim bans. That's what the pros have decided, to uphold their gentleman's agreements, that if you break a GA, you'll get 1 day off of scrims. My argument would be, if you break a GA on LAN, the punishment should be significantly more severe. I would say at least 3 days of scrims gone. And I've seen lots of LA Thieves fans out there saying, where is our punishment for this? Because a lot of fans want the GAs to actually be upheld and dealt with properly. Now, GAs may be stupid, and the way that the pros handle them may be stupid a lot of the time, but it is good for the scene if the pros can actually do this themselves at times, because my fear is we go back to an MW2 where everyone snakes everything all the time and the viewing experience is horrific. That's not what I want. I don't want to go back to a world where everyone's snaking everything again. So I'm hopeful the pros can handle this stuff, because unfortunately, if you don't enforce these type of punishments, then people are just going to continue to break the rules, and as and when they do, the punishments may or may not be upheld, and therefore people are going to start snaking and feel like they can get away with it. And I don't think that's really good for anyone. Now, Thieves are really coming under fire for this, because you guys remember when Sib did the snaking back in early January, and Ghosty says, I started the vote for C9 to be blacklisted for 1 week from pro scrims. Currently, these teams have agreed, thumbs up and all this stuff, right? So, you know, Ghosty and Dashy said that Ghosty was only doing this for the clout, and okay, fair enough. And Sib at the time said, fair enough, but keep the same energy all year, because come tournament time, nobody says nothing, especially champs. Now, guess what? You turn up to a tournament, Ghosty's teammate hits a stair glitch, and apparently nothing is going to happen. If I was Sib, by the way, seeing that stair glitch, I might have tweeted out, I started the vote for Thieves to be blacklisted, 1 week of scrims, thumbs up. Currently waiting on the teams to vote or whatever, just to be petty about it. But the rumour has it, according to what was on Pred's stream last night, that apparently Thieves in the chat said, look, you know, what's the punishment going to be for this HyDra stair glitch? And nobody answered, presumably because, well, a couple of potential reasons. Either they were distracted with the Jackal GA drama, which has been happening over the last few days, or, as is mentioned here, maybe teams want to scrim them. They're on a blacklisted team that's very good, but apparently Thieves were like, hey, what's our punishment going to be? And, you know, Ghosty isn't going to self-enforce it. He's not going to say, all right, well, we'll take 3 days off scrims or we'll take a day off scrims. Thieves are like, if you guys don't want to say anything, then we're just going to pretend that never happened and, you know, swoop it under the rug, as it were. Pred and Kenny were also mentioning this on the Game Chat show last night. Wanted to share that for you guys too. And Kenny basically says, if I speak, I'm in big trouble.
Yo, AG, I'm hearing that LA Thieves was looking for their punishment in the GA chat, and nobody was answering them, so they just continued their scrims from the stair glitch. Is that true?
I don't know about that, bro. I just fucking.
This is true, Tom.
Ghosty said it's true.
I asked Monday, and
He
then
said
I
it's
asked
true?
Saturday morning,
Yep.
and and no response.
I mean, that's
from
fucking
Monday to
insane.
Saturday.
What the fuck's going on in that GA chat?
I don't know, bro. I think I might have to go in there.
Yo, AJ, you gotta get in there. AJ. You gotta get in there. No.
I don't know about that. I want me with some kid from Europe, and he fucking stair glitched me, and he goes, I'm doing the parkour. And I said, what the fuck? But yeah, let me see. Let me know what you can do, Tom. I'm trying to play some mates.
I'll see what I can do. You know I'll take care of you. I'll see what I can do.
My boy. Thank you. Peace out, man. Oh my god, dude. Let's hope we get that shit going. So what? Drive.
Paco stair glitching. Oh yeah, he didn't even get punished for that, huh?
Listen,
yeah, but
I'm
if it
not
was
gonna
me though,
speak
if
on
it was
that,
me,
bro.
oh my god, this guy stair glitching.
I'm not gonna speak on that, bro.
I think people will literally.
But the way they handle that shit is fucking hilarious. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, did anything happen to him?
No,
I'm snaking.
they said. I'll tell you, like, I'm actually
snaking.
fucking.
I'm
This is what they said. They said nobody said anything about it, and we already done played 3 scrims. Swear to God.
What?
I was playing when we want to get to Fan, and he. Bro, I was playing when we want to get to Fan, and even he called it the parkour spot.
Isn't this crazier? Because it's
That's all I'll
like,
say.
isn't it crazy that it's on his POV and then no one's saying anything, but then they X-rayed me and then got me through X-ray dick riders?
So very much intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below on this one, because look, Pred, new GA commissioner, is Ghosty, you know, cheated for the cameras, and look, it was only a couple of days ago where Scrappy said he'd been kicked out of the GA chat because basically the team had too many members in the chat. So it feels like Thieves were kind of running the show in the Gentleman's Agreement chat for some time, and now Scrappy's been kicked out. The other teams didn't want to. Look, everyone is probably to blame here, and like, I don't want to give the pros any credit for dealing with this stuff because they never really do a good job of it. But equally, I wish they'd do a better job. And you know, Thieves, are they now like a pretty dirty team? And also the other thing is, are they going to do this again? That is the main concern. Because if I'm a HyDra or if I'm any player in the league, I pop the stair glitch in the HyDra spots and you say, well, they didn't get punished for it, so what are you going to do to me? That's not fair. You can't give me a day of scrim bans. Nothing happened to Thieves. That's where we get to this potentially kind of slippery slope around what the next steps are here for the GAs in the CDL. So, look, do I find it entertaining? Yes. Is it going to be dramatic every weekend when somebody pops a couple of pumps in there and we're talking about whether they're going to get blacklisted from scrims? Sure. Is it slightly problematic because every time this happens we get closer to a world where GAs go completely out the window and everyone's snaking again? And I know that some people want all GAs to be gone, you know, screw that stuff, the pros just play the game out of the box. You know what? fair enough, I do totally get it, but from a viewing experience perspective, I don't think it's good for anyone. Certainly not new fans, that's my opinion anyway. Like Modern Warfare 2, it was a good game in terms of Twitch was there and we had multi-platform and Scump was doing the watch parties and all this, but to watch the game was kind of horrific, and I'm sure there are plenty of new fans that were like, what are these guys doing, like on Hotel or whatever it was, when they were just snaking every single head glitch again and again and again forever. I don't think that was a good thing. I don't want to get back to that point. I don't think the pros want to get back to that point either, but it's decisions like this where you've got to take a stand, because if you don't, you open yourself up to potential chaos. But I'm all for the chaos, so drink to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, take care, and I'll see you next time.